This video is a continuation from the previous video. Okay, so these are the instructions for how to sketch. Um, this recommends using pencils just so you can erase them. But, you know, some of us like to use pens no matter what. So I'm not going to tell you not to use pens or whatever you like to draw with. Just know that obviously, if you need to start over, you may just need another sheet of paper. You want to take your time. Um, Sketching again does not mean rushing. It eventually you'll get faster at sketching, and that's why it's called sketching. But you're drawing. Okay, so you want to take your time and look to achieve quality. Look to build skills to get better. The more you invest in doing this right now, correctly now, the more of a tool it will be for you later on. You're going to work with construction lines to build the drawing. You're going to use projection lines to transfer information from the views, and then you're going to use the alphabet of lines to construct the final drawings. That's the process. Okay, and so here's a template that you could work with to sketch the different views. Now, this one uses a Lego piece. And it uses a Lego piece because it's fun, because most everybody has access to one. And so what you would do is you would hold the piece, the Lego piece. You can use anything else, right? So you want to draw something else. Keep it simple in the beginning when you're learning to do this. A Lego piece is great because it's very simple. You're not measuring anything. For the sake of this, you're just learning to teach your unconscious brain and your eye and your hand and your conscious brain to all work together as a team. Because right now, that's just not a base skill that we're born with. It's something you have to work at to develop. So you have this template, and what you're going to do is, right, you're going to remember the slide before where the person was holding the whatever piece that was close up to their face and looking at it directly. That's what you're going to do, except you don't have to put it all the way in your face like that one did. It was just trying to make a point using proximity to show the relationship between the eyes and the piece. So say, for instance, the top view here. I'm going to look at that Lego piece straight down, and I'm going to sketch what I see. And I'm going to take my time and make sure I try to draw what I see, not what I think I see. And then the same thing, right? Left side, front side, right side, back, and bottom. And then in this case, the pictorial view is that 3D where you're looking at it from the corner. And then once you align these views, because we were going to work with alignment, basically you want your construction documents, your planning documents, you want to work on grids. You want to align objects. It makes them easier to read. And the easier they are to read, the easier they are to communicate. So once you're done drawing freehand, right, then you come in and using darker pencils or pens, start to create your construction lines, and then begin to use darker lines until you have your final drawing. This obviously is a solution, but it's been done with CAD clearly. In this case, Inventor. But there's the 3D view, the top view, the side view, the top view, front view. And so you see how they align. You see how this line aligns with this line, and this line aligns with this line. It makes it easier to read. It's more organized on the page. The organization and layout of your documents is as important as the design itself. And dimensions are one of the things I see students struggle with the most. Just lay out a grid. Put your dimensions on a grid. Snap to a grid. I don't want to get too far into this because you're going to learn how to do all this once you get into the next semester into 1200. But this is essentially what you're doing. You're attempting to do this by hand. Another example of how to solve this problem. Again, this was done with a computer rather than by hand, but you get the idea. This is the goal. This is where we're going. The more you do this, the better you get at doing this, the more you'll be able to do this in front of your clients and impress them. These are sketches. It is still important that you are able to draw by hand. And then this is a sketch by Professor Ching. He is considered the father of manual architectural graphics. Several of your textbooks in this course are written by him. He is a professor. And his sketches are just amazing. And this one's a little rougher, but you see how he kind of just, he started out, he probably had some pencil in there to just create some basic lines, but then he drew over them and you start with the big picture stuff, and then you work down into the details. And he has written many books that teach us how to draw. And here are some examples of, basically what I said. You start off with the basics. We talked about this. You start off with the basic forms. And so to draw a camera, you start off with a box. And then he began to add more and more forms to the box. And then he went over it with darker lines to get the camera. Okay, actually, I want to stop this here and then talk about perspective in the next video, so it's a separate subject. So I'll see you in the next video.